walk, step, slide, walk. Walk, step, slide, hold, walk, right. Hold, walk, right. So step, slide here. 1, 2, step, slide, kick, step, slide, walk. Step, slide. Go down, step, slide, kick, step, slide, hold, walk, right foot. Step, slide, kick, 1, 2, so watch, I'm gonna step, slide, hold, and walk. Step, step, 1, 2, step, slide, hold, and walk. My rhythm, step, slide, 1, 2, 1, 2, step, slide, and go. Walk. Step, slide, kick it, go. So walk it. Step, slide, hold, walk. You slowly get me right on. 1, 2, 1, 2. Walk. Acceleration. Kick. Step, slide. We're going after this. Step, slide, walk. Walk. Alright, good. Left over right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, left. Right, 1, 2. Left over right. 1, 2, turn. Left. Walk. Then with the walk. Okay, then walk.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Now y'all know I had to do a remix.
Someone's talking too much. Someone's talking too much. Someone's talking too much. It's caused them that much. Stay as a pyramid. Just time to run oil. Goes downhill, money goes up. It's that simple.
Hold up, bunch of friends. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fingers. I said, that's the bad guy. That's the bad guy. That's the bad guy. That's the bad guy.
Back to basic kick.
You need people like me. You need people like me. You know why? You know why? You know why? You know why? So you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy. That's the bad guy. That's the bad guy.
I'm going to change or to make this go until 1,000 years. You know, that's the world.
Pass left, 3/4 right.
Basic rules. Get you to the bottom of things.
That's the 3/4 left. That's the 3/4. On left. Step slide. Pass it up. 3/4 left. Come back. Step slide. Pass that. 3/4 left. Pass that. Step slide. There you go. Half step, 4 left. Back step. Go right into it. Go right into it. Half step, 4 right. Half step, 4 right. Back step. Now. Step slide. Here we go. Next one, going back step, 4 right. Next one. Back step, 4 right. Back step, 4 right. Half step, half step. Back step. Half step. Right. Back step, 4 right. out so far. Just short time.
Step on out.
Let's go. Back step, 2. Back step. 1, 2. 1, 2. Back step. 1, 2. Let's go back here. 1, 2, 3. Back step. Come on back. Left side. You want to have movement. I go forward. Back step. Bang. Back. Back. 1, 2, left. 1, 2, right, back. That way I can recover fast. I can recover fast. Here, man. Back. When I come back, 1, 2, left, 1, 2, right, back step. See how I position my left hand now? So now the back step is easier, so I ain't got to come all the way around. Right? Okay? 1, 2, 3. Go half step, back.
So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream. One day, this nation will rise up, live up to the meaning of its dream. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created. I have a dream that one day on the radio, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slaves will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream. One day, you understand Mississippi, a state welcoming with the people injustice, welcoming with the people oppression. We transform into oases of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My aspirations, children,
This is what most people don't want to
one day
go
they will not be judged
don't want to go
by the best skin, but by the content of that
So most people don't want to go through this, right? They don't want to go through this to get to doing what you see the end result is, right? They don't want to do.
They don't know that they don't know it's that technical. I'm gonna tell you right off the rip. It is. When you see me doing this, like, damn, it's cold. But what do you do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like trying to explain aeronautics to a third grader. You know what I'm saying? I know you can get up there, but I just don't know how technical, how you have to get up there. You know what I'm saying? And it's, I know what's this technical.
Well, because you just see the end result. You see me doing this, you know what I'm saying, dancing. But when I'm really dancing, that's when you see me put all this to work. So when I'm out, most people don't even see that, right? You don't get a chance to see that because I'm too busy trying to focus on making sure the women doing what they doing. So there's not that many women that are at the point where I don't have to worry about them. I can just do what I want to do, right? So that's the part that you miss. But here's the other thing. So if you dancing, right, and you trying to figure out, like, man, how can I dance and do things with her, right? Most people think footwork is just, that's what they think footwork is. But in the meantime, she doing something and there's no precision, there's no alignment with her, right? So you just doing all this stuff and she's doing something totally different. There's no synchronization in that.
Okay.
So now when you're doing all this and it's time to get back on beat, what do you gotta do?
Find that beat that she's on, or her find the beat
Stop.
that you on. Yeah.
So now you gotta go, oh, okay. Because you're on a totally different rhythm. But with the way I dance, right? So I'm still doing all these moves, but they are still in sync with what she should be doing, right? So that's why when I do my steps and I come forward, bam, now I'm still on the same rhythm. And I come back and I can go right into a turn.
Right.
Because I'm still in sync.
Right.
I still done footwork,
Yeah.
but it's just in sync.
I get it.
Now, there are times when you get up, get away, and you're doing a whole lot of different things, right?
Right.
I can go from male to female and still get it done, right?
Right.
But when you are dancing, you trying to do these things, like you don't see too many guys be able to do this, right? And still be able to turn. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that.
Yeah.
All you see is this. And then, that's all you see, right? Because most guys can't dance and lead simultaneously. They can't do it.
Yes.
And they think that because they did this, they think that that means that, oh, I'm cold with it, and she doing something totally different. It is meaningless because once you get finished doing this, now you gotta go, oh, okay. You see what I'm saying?
I dig it. But it's And that's where, and when I was coming regularly and we were dancing with the females, that's why I was getting glitched up. Is that because it's, bro, I didn't know it was this technical. I didn't.
Well, it's not this technical for other people other than me.
Well, I mean,
But
yeah.
everybody else, they just learn how to go this stupid ebb and flow that's stupid, and you can't get out of nothing. That's all, you know. Oh. But you don't know how to get out of it until you don't know how to do any of that. You know, or, you know, and now y'all bumping heads in the middle of the dance floor because both y'all need to take up the same space.
Right.
Because you're doing this, right?
Right.
And then this whole thing about, well, you don't have enough room to move up. That's a lie. I would rather for you to have longer steps and shorten them up than not know how to have longer steps at all.
I understand.
Because right now, everybody think that, so now when it's time to do a maneuver, you're having to pull them across or push them across this period of space, and the guy's not moving.
Yeah.
He's just making her do all like this. This is what she's doing. Trying to get around again, hurry him back to, because he standing in one spot and she doing this normally. And then they, you know, like, that ain't gonna do nothing for me. Because I need some movement. So if you stand right here in this one spot, or you crossing in and out, but you ain't never covering no ground, when it's time for him to perform something where you have to move, you can't get there doing this.
Right. Right.
So now you stuck. Now you're trying to figure out, so how am I gonna be able to do this? And it's not possible. Because the very ground that you're crossing over into, right here, is the very ground he's crossing over into, right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why when I'm doing the step slide kick right here, when it's time for me to bring her across the lane, I'm a step slide. Come on back. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm going to go right around that spot with my step slide kick. I don't care which way I go. I'm right here because that allows her to take up that space and I come out of it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Or if she's walking up, I'm doing the very exact opposite of her. Right? So now when it's time to go through the lane, when she goes that way, I'm going this way. Rotation. So now we're going like this. We're going right past one another.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That makes it, we can take up the same space and rotate out. Right? Now there'll be times when I just do this. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? That's the step slide kick. I'm gonna go here. Step slide. Right here. Then I can go right back to if I want to do this. You see what I'm saying? Because now I'm able to manipulate the steps and the basic, the technical part that none of the guys know how to do. So now they're trying to figure out how to walk around and do this movement, right? When I can take all the steps out because the rhythm is there. I can do this and let her go around, but my rhythm is there. Right? Because now my body knows this is the direction I can go in because I done did all this, right? So if I just want to take the steps out from this, I can go here. Back in the same spot. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of not knowing, and every time you do it's something different, or I'm going this way this time, I'm going that way that time, ain't no consistency with most of the guys, right? So if I want to do step slide kick here, so now look, if I'm doing a slide up, she walking to me and I'm sliding up, time to go here, I can turn myself. Then still get back on because I know how to slide up now. I'm watching her. I know how to slide up to her, get on out the way. Bam. Come on back. Back step. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I dig it.
That's dancing with her. You don't see much of that. It just don't happen. You know what I'm saying? Because guys aren't taught.
The shit is hard. I'm gonna tell you right off the rip. You said it's not. The shit is hard.
No. It's not that it's hard. It just takes some work. It's harder for people who already drilled in this.
Yes.
Now you gotta come.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to show you this.
Yeah.
That's harder then. But it ain't hard when you think about it. It's just like when you go into school, right? You start off, you learn basic math, algebra.
Right.
Then you go to trigonometry. It ain't that you need to leave the algebra completely alone. It's now you have to retrain your brain that I'm gonna do this and I'm now have to do this.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if somebody taught you one way of doing algebra and then you be like, nah, stop putting your ones over here, carry it over here so you can see it. Scratch out the zero. Now you like, oh, I'm gonna use this method. So why can't you apply that to the dance? Why you just so stuck on this one method? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so take this method with this that you need to make your transitions. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Stop trying to think it's something far out and can't nobody do this. Take it and switch it and say, hey, look, I'm gonna use this. Just like going to a workshop. I'm going to the workshop, I want this. I saw this particular move or turn. But now you can't just go do exactly the way they do it because your foundation ain't the same. So you have to go, let me take a little bit of that and try to play with that. You gotta go home and work on it.
Mm-hmm.
My steps are like this. So now I gotta play with that like this. Right? That's what you gotta do. You can't go, oh, I'm gonna do it exactly like him because your basics ain't like that. So you can't go there and expect to get everything that they taught. You gotta go there and saying specifically, I want this. Now, I saw how you did it. Now I gotta take my steps to transform it into that. Right? That's how you effectively get something from a workshop. You can't go there going, because y'all ain't doing the same thing. You didn't learn the same way.
Bro, this is the basic, right? 1, 2, step.
That's basic. That's a basic basic step slide kick for me. Nobody else teaches that.
Right, okay. So then what is this?
That's the very basic. So that's why I ain't gotta that's the stem and everything. So I can go right here, right? Stay right here in the same spot. And I ain't gotta worry about moving.
So this is what I've been always thinking. I've always been thinking, this is my basic.
That is your basic. Step slide kick. That's step slide kick. What do I call it? What do I call it basic? No, right.
Step slide kick.
No, I didn't call it basic step slide kick.
Basic. This is.
So if I say do basic step, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
Right.
1, 2, yeah. Then you go step slide
1,
kick.
2, 3, 4. Now step slide kick is 1, 2, step slide. So if I say do basic step, this is my basic in a very basic form. If I say do the walk up, then this is the walk up. Okay, that's walk up. So they're named specifically for what they are.
Right.
Very basic is this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So with this, see, people don't even understand. I could be out dancing with a very advanced dancer.
Yes.
And do very basics, right? And still do everything.
Yeah.
So when I add my footwork to it, you be like, okay, but you don't see that. All they see is the end result, right? Unless I'm like competition dancing, then you'll see me pick up everything, right? So if I'm out dancing with somebody, I can still do my basic, right? Turn them, stay on my basic right here, turn them, bow. I can still do my turn right with them, turn out. This is my basic. You know what I'm saying? I can stay with my basic. I can slide up with it, stay with my basic. Slide up with it, stay with my basic, right? They still doing what they need. I want to do a right turn with them, bam. It don't matter. Bam. I'm gonna stay with my basic. Right now, if I want to just add a little bit more movement to it, then I can step, slide, kick, right? Slide up, I can step, slide, kick. Slide back, step, slide, kick, right? If I turn them out and I want to get on very similar movements with them and stay and do a little bit more dancing too, I can turn them out, right? Then I can go to the walk up. Now we both doing the same thing, right? Same thing, no matter. I change sides, rotation. We doing the same thing. When I turn them out, I can make my turn. I'm gonna emulate everything they doing, right? That's how I can do it, right? Now, when I get where I don't want to do no steps, I might go like this.
You saying you're taking steps out?
I'm just taking steps out, right? So now I'm standing right here, right? All this is, and I'm gonna do that in my step, slide, kick motion, right? So my 1, 2 is here. 1, 2, then I just didn't move, right? Now when I get ready to do it, I can do it like this, right? Or I can take it out. Right? But it's memory. It's muscle memory.
Yeah.
So I just removed the steps, but the rhythm is there. So that way, if something happens, I can go right back to it. But that's over a period of time of repetitively doing this. Now, my body knows that this feeling and this rhythm is here and there. So I ain't gotta move it, I can do like this. You see what I'm saying? Or I can just do like this. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter because I have the rhythm and I have the movement now. But you can't get to that movement if you don't practice something. You see what I'm saying? It takes you a lot longer to try to get the end result by just watching and doing instead of you having a set pattern to do.
So I would wonder, I was like, God damn, the stuff like kicks you that he got us doing all this time is killing me. I kid you not. And I hear what you're saying. If you don't have that, and I heard you tell Shani one time, you say he doesn't have the basic. You said, I didn't have my basic. And I'm thinking, yes, I do. And you're like, no, you didn't say it to me. You said to Shani, it was like, yeah, because he would be able to go into other things if he had his basis, something like that. You said
because you would know the rhythm and the feeling of it. You see what I'm saying? So again, if you can't, it's one thing to do your basis by yourself, right? But as a guy, you have to be able to do your basis, lead a little bit ahead of time, and make sure she's there, right? So if you don't know how to do this without thinking about it, now when I tell you need to lead and you have to make a turn,
yeah.
you're still trying to remember where your steps should be. That's not gonna work.
How do you get out of that? Because that's me all day long. That's
two things. That's confidence, and that's knowing without thinking about it. Like if I call whatever out, you know what I'm saying? You should be able to, not even, as soon as I call, you should be able to do it. If you're still trying to figure out, oh shit, which one is the baby, which one is the,
yeah,
and enough repetition involved. You see what I'm saying?
I dig it.
It just ain't enough repetition involved because now when I say, hey, left turn her, you trying to figure out which step you need to be going over on. Then also trying to figure out, oh, my turn her left. That's too much to think about all at once. But if I say left turn for you, you know it. Now if I say lead her left turn, you automatically going. Now you're just trying to figure out how you making it happen for
I get
her.
what you're saying.
You can't do both at the same time. You gotta know your stuff, then do her stuff. That's why it's difficult sometimes to teach guys and women in the same environment.
Yes.
Because two things. One is ego. Your guy don't want to be told what to do as if he already knows what to do in class in front of a woman. The other thing is you trying to teach him two things at once now. If he don't know what his movement is, now you're trying to teach me my movement and teach me how to do her at the same time. Like
and that's what's getting me. I don't think I have an ego issue, but it's like you see how I glitch up, man, and it's not.
It's just confidence. So confidence is going to come from constant repetition, right? If you say
1, 2 steps like that.
Right. So now if I say do any other move and you can go right into it, you ain't thinking about it. Now when you dance with her, your focus is on how do I lead her, not damn I missed my right turn. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
If you keep saying damn I missed my right turn, you trying to lead her, that's not gonna go right. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna do your move and lead her because you conflicted. You trying to figure out, damn, I meant to go left. Now look, here's a prime example. If I say right turn to woman, and then you do right turn, this is what you're doing.
Right.
That's not gonna work.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I say, if you know that in order for you to do a right turn on a woman, you gotta go left.
Yeah.
Then you know you're going, now that makes sense.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But if you don't know that, you're confused. Like you trying to do two things opposite of one another at the same time. That's why it's difficult for a lot of guys to pick up the dance because they too busy trying to get the lead part together and they don't know them. They don't even have their basic format of what they're doing together. So you trying to figure out why my timing off.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Why is my timing off? Because this down here is not on time.
Right.
This down here doing this. And you're supposed to be right on time doing this, but you see what I'm saying? It don't add up. This has to be on time, right? So now when it's time for me to make a turn, I'm going 1, 2, 1, 2. I know that rhythm and that motion. She's going that way, I'm going that way, right?
Right.
That has to be the time. But if you doing something once and this is all off here, then you doing this before her timing, she's off now.
Yeah.
And you still trying to figure out. So you have to have this for you first. And then do it. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't cases where guys can actually pick it up at the same time. Those cases are like this.
I ain't seen who.
Those cases are like this.
Yeah.
I've taught thousands of people. Those cases are
Who
like
has done that? Who has done that?
I know of.
Here in Atlanta.
Oh, nobody.
Okay. I haven't seen them.
I'm saying that I've only maybe experienced 2 people that could do that from the thousands of people that I've taught, right? Maybe 2 people, right? So again, they are anomalies, right?
Right.
They ain't no difference than some of the top dancers. They're anonymous, right? So that's what I'm saying. You have to have some foundation to be able to go into these things and do it. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna go out here and I'm beat. And that's why the dance is so watered down now. Because so many people want to be.
Yeah.
And you don't know what the hell you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? So now, then you want to make it seem like, oh, it's the woman's fault. You know what I'm saying? It's the woman's fault. Oh, no, she can't keep up with that because you keep taking her off beat. Or there'd be a lot of women saying, oh, it was the guy's fault. No, you was doing something totally different. That's not what you was supposed to be doing. He trying to do something, you done did this. And then, like, you ain't even looking at the guy, you just turn. And he like this. As soon as you finish double dutch, let me jump on back in because you just did 5 turns and I asked you for 1.
Yeah, it looked like shit. It realistically looked like shit.
But they don't see that. When you do that, then the guy's like this. You see what I'm saying? The guy's like this trying to figure out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the problem is. You know, and there's a lot of that going on. And people don't want to take out the time to do this. They just want to jump right into the whole dance part. They don't want to take the time out to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Because this part requires work, bro.
Oh, it's a lot of work.
Bro, this part requires work. So I got. Hey man, be 100%, man. Be 100% transparent with me, Nate. Work on your goddamn basics. You know, Nate, work on your basics. Your
Right.
Basics, your basics. Your basics.